Hello, my crafty friends. Today I wanted to share my sheetload of cards made with the August 2023 sheetload of cards. Now I did step down from the collaboration team, not because I don't love the sheetloads. If you follow me, you know I use them over and over again for my nursing home donation cards, but it was more summer is busy and I knew I was going to have trouble making deadlines. So I have actually stepped down from all of my design teams and leaves me free to create when I can and post when I can and not have to worry about deadlines. Alicia, who is known as Call Me Crafty Al, she has these sheet loads that she puts out on the first of every month. So there is a sketch, there's a cutting guide, all kinds of information. And on the first of each month, she debuts the sheet load, and on the second, the collaboration team all shares theirs. Of course, on the first, I went right to her YouTube channel to see what the new sheet load was, and I printed this off and started cutting. I made my first sheet load, and before I had even assembled it, I cut down two more. I love it. I think this is going to be my new favorite. So I've also cut down the papers for a Thanksgiving set or a fall themed set out of Doodlebug papers, and then a kind of a rainbow colored Christmas trees. So I cut down for a Christmas set. And I haven't assembled those yet, but I had to stop because, man, this was so quick and easy. So I downloaded it on the first, kind of puttered with it all day, and by the end of the evening, I had all of my 8 cards completely finished and ready. So I did make birthday cards. I'm scrambling to get my birthday cards done for the nursing home. I donate 25 cards a month, and I like to have a month or two done ahead. And I had none when we returned from our 5-week cross Canada camping trip. So I've been pulling out older sheet loads and just going to town making bunches of birthday cards. I think August will be a record month on my blog for the number of cards made. Anyhow, let me show you what I made and show you my cards. Oh, and I will put a link below so you can go and grab your August sheet load. So I went hunting in my drawer and I saw this one. Actually, it was the striped paper that was out because this is why I bought the patterned paper. But the reverse side were these balloons, hooray, happy birthday. And I thought, oh, with it being double-sided, I had 3 sheets of it, so I could use 2 of them to create the sheet load. So this month, as you can see, you need 2 12x12 pattern papers, and the yield is the 8 cards. So I pulled out the 2 of those and made my cards. Now, I love this striped paper, and this is why I had bought it. And I've shown on other videos, I love striped pattern paper, but I don't use it kind of as is. I generally cut it down into strips so that I have 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/4 inch strips of this brightly patterned paper that then I can add borders or just pops of color to my cards. I use striped paper a lot for that, and the colors in this one just appealed to me, so that's why I had bought it, and that's why it was in the drawer with the striped side up. But I used them to create these cards, so I pulled out the 2 sheets and I cut down one with the striped side up and one with the balloon side up, and here are my cards. So the first ones have the larger striped background and the balloons across the front. And I thought with the clouds that I could add the happy birthday sentiment to a die cut cloud. And for that I used Up in the Clouds by Whimsy Stamps. So there's the large cloud there, and it's kind of neat because it has the little kind of dot edge on the inside, but then the outside has a stitched edge on the outside of the cut line. So if you were doing a shaker card, you would have this beautiful stitched edge when you die cut your cloud. I really, really like this set, and I get a lot of use out of it. I haven't used the seagulls very much, but only because I haven't had a chance to make very many beach cards. So that's what I used for that. And then the little happy birthday is from Your Next Stamp. They have a number of stamps with just happy birthday in them. So I pulled that one out to use there. Of course, Catherine Pooler inks. And then inside the card, yay, it's your birthday. And that, of course, is the Lots of Birthday to Stamp from the Stamps of Life. I get a lot of use out of that one for my birthday cards. Now, in her video, Alicia does allow for you using the scraps to add a couple of, I think it might even show on the sketch. Let me see here. Yes, it does. To use some of the little leftover pieces, so these pieces here on the cutting guide that you can use to decorate the inside of your card. I would have done that anyhow with the striped paper because I love it. I didn't follow her cutting guide. I just used the scraps, and her idea was that you would have no scraps left over, and I actually do have these 2 scraps left over from my cutting. I think they're about 4 inches tall, so they will work great for mini slimline cards, or again, just punching banners or die cutting banners. This is all I have left out of those 2 12 by 12 sheets. So I have these 4 with the hooray and clouds. Now I did alternate where I placed the cloud depending on where the balloons and the hooray were. Like on that one, I didn't want to cover up the birthday. So, you know, you have the flexibility with the sheet loads, and the sketches are just a jumping off point. But I'm so happy with them. They're so bright and cheerful. And then when I did the second set, so they're the opposite of this one where the balloon paper's on the bottom and the striped paper is that diagonal strip, I thought it needed a little extra something, so I used the sun from the Up in the Cloud set. And again, I changed the position of that depending on where the balloons were on the happy birthday. I am absolutely tickled with these cards. They are so bright and cheerful, and as I said, this is going to be a favorite sheet load. I can't wait to make more of them. I'm picturing this matting piece in a foil and then sparkly pattern paper. In fact, that's what I was kind of going for, was a fancier pattern paper when I saw the rainbow trees for Christmas. So I know I'm going to make some more Christmas cards, and I probably won't post the Christmas cards until December. I like to post Christmas cards pretty much all through December, so I don't want to post too many of them in, sorry, I banged my camera there. I don't want to post too many Christmas cards in August and September when I have all of December to post Christmas cards in, but you'll be seeing this layout a number of times. Oh, and I think it might have also been a top folding card. Yes, Alicia's showing it as a top folding card. Not a huge fan of top folding cards. I don't like the way they can collapse, especially for my nursing home donation cards. So mine are wide A2 cards. Let me open up the second one here. So it's your A2 card stock. And what I end up doing is I take my A2 card stock, I put it in my scoring tool, and I score it at 5.5 all the way down. Then I turn it and cut it at 4.25. So I have my 2 cards, and they're both already scored. So I'm only scoring once for every 2 cards. So again, I have my 11-inch width at the top. I score it at 5.5 inches, rotate it so the 8.5 inches at the top, and cut it at 4.25 inches. That gives you your 2 wide card bases. They stand beautifully for display. And the other reason I like these is I can add a pop-up inside, and I'll be doing that to the Thanksgiving cards. So there's my cards. As I said, I will link in the description box below where you can go to get your sheet load, and I will put my blog in the description box below as well. If you enjoyed my video today, please hit that like button. I'd love you to subscribe and see more. And that's it for me today.